storm. Waves, crash dreams, clash, lost and mystified. Voices, screen tearing scenes, no place left to hide. Click, click, clatter, walls collapse, building up just to see it fall. Patterns shattered, now I'm torn, order crumbles into storm. Tick, tick, tock, my mind won't stop. Numbers world, don't know what's real. Cut the string like chaos rain. Puzzle pieces lost again. Corner walls collapse, building up just to see it fall. Patterns shattered, now I'm torn. Order crumbles into storm. Click, click, clatter, walls collapse, building up just to see it fall.
Yo, yo, yo. We got Nate Dogg in the house. Nathan, what's up, brother? Welcome to the stream. Let me give you your props, brother. Don DeMarco, baby. Round of applause. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. I'm doing good, man. How you doing? What's up, Nathan? And we are live. Quick update, ladies and gents. We're making mad progress. Cool. Had a good day at work. Went smooth, got it done quick. With the quickness. That's good, man. Good to hear. Yeah, so what are you gonna do now? What's up for the rest of the day? You gonna vibe code? You gonna cook something up? What's going on? Alrighty, so quick update, guys. We got I need to there's a bit of dead space between the logo and the title. So I need to kind of fix that right now. Yeah. All right, cool. So yeah, I guess work on college stuff, right? Homework. Hey, you're hard at it, man. That's good. Just stay on the grind, you know what I mean? Get that knowledge. And you never know where that's gonna lead you, bro. So we got work to do. We got a lot of work to do. You know? And yeah, we're not gonna announce it right now, but we got a collab coming up. So we're not gonna really talk about it too much. So Nathan got a project that he wants to put together. So stay tuned for that. All right. So in the meantime, I got a bit of an update for the extension. As you can see right now, we got the logo. So I'm gonna try to remove this text right here because I think it's kind of redundant. And yeah, fire, bro. Let's go. And another one.
Oh shit!
And another one. Yeah. So where we at, guys? You see this right here? So we got everything working right now, okay? So whitelist, blacklist, report spam button works. See, I kind of redesigned the UI a little bit. I kind of wanted to lose that. I want to keep that rounded corner. This other element, the body, the main body element, I want to make it transparent, make it disappear completely. So I got to work on that. And whitelist, blacklist, report spam button. All right. Accounts, these work. Okay. If I click this, the modal is going to pop up. You're not going to see it, but it's there. If you look at the screen right now, you'll see the modal pop up to authorize access to your email accounts. And that was Gmail. Then if you switch to Outlook, then it brings up the Microsoft sign-in modal authorization to allow access to your email address. And of course, we have settings, okay, quarantine, self-explanatory, and automatic deletion. And that's pretty much it for this. Gives you easy access to your most, I guess, most features you're gonna need on the fly, so you don't have to dig through the back end, through the dashboard. So this is pretty cool. So let me try and remove the let's try and remove the title, because the title have it's kind of weird. So font size margin top, that's 2 pixels. Even if I remove it, let's try -2. That might work, that might not work, but some CSS tweaks right now. So let's go back. Because see, every time you make a change, you got to rebuild the extension, because otherwise it doesn't reflect on in the browser. So here we are. Okay, so that's that. That really didn't do anything. So what I'm going to do right now is remove the title altogether. Save. All right, let me switch screens so you guys see what I'm doing. So this is the actual text that you see under the logo. So just deleted it, save. Now I'm going to rebuild, clear the terminal, rebuild extension. Once it's rebuilt, let's switch back, refresh, and here we are. I think that's much cleaner. Oh, the music, my bad. How's the music now? It should be cool now. Okay, I see. It's a different channel. So let me go through the channels. There it is. Yeah, all right, cool. So everything should be cool right now. Alrighty, so I'm sure you can hear me now loud and clear. So what do you think? Because I kind of, the title was kind of annoying. It was in the way, so I removed the title from underneath the logo. So I'm thinking it's a lot cleaner, but there's a lot of space here. There's a lot of dead space. So what I'm going to try to do is here's the logo. So margin bottom, let's try -10. All right, so minus 10. That's margin bottom. Let's clear that. Rebuild. So yeah, so every time you make a change, you got to rebuild the extension. Okay, I think that's pretty cool. Let's try minus 20. So minus 20. Yeah, Zencoder have a free tier, but it's not as generous as Augment Code. And right now, I'm not paying for Zencoder, so it's Zencoder is cool for certain things, but if I were to choose, I would definitely go with Augment Code, hands down. And if anything, if you want to do a lot of coding, use the $100 package, which is pretty cool. All right, who we got here? We got Fly. I ain't even gonna attempt to pronounce the next word. So we got FV. Or is it a Y? FY. What's up, bro? Listen, when you come onto the stream, you know what to do. Smash the like button. Here we go. Here's a little something for you. Round of applause for Fly. Here we go. Here we go. Smash the like button, brother. What am I building? I'm building a spam filter, AI-powered spam filter with a crowdsourcing component. Meaning, if I'm on the same network, if we use the same app and I flag an email address as spam, given that if it's on one of the list of the blacklists, everybody inherits that flag. So I don't have to flag it, then you have to flag it. If I flag it, you inherit the flag right away, so which is pretty cool. And what I'm working on right now is basically the extension, the browser extension. So what you're looking at right now is the Chrome extension. I'll be working on the Firefox extension and as well as Safari extension. But Safari, Apple, they do things different. So I got to kind of jump through a couple of hoops. That means Xcode and a bunch of other things to get it to work, to port it through so I can use it on Safari. In the meantime, I'm just trying to do some housekeeping here, work a little bit on the design. I think that's pretty cool. In fact, the logo could be a tad bigger. I don't know what you guys think. What do you think of the logo size? In fact, the logo bottom margin, I can try, let's say, and do minus 40. I'm just trying to minimize the white spaces. Rebuild. All right, that's too much. So let's go minus 30. Minus 30. All right, clear terminal. Rebuild. And refresh. So let me show you guys what I'm looking at here. There we go. Yeah, that's just way too close. So let's try minus 25. So minus 25 pixels. Let's clear terminal, rebuild. Hey, we got some newcomers in the house. Salute, salute. Hey, welcome. Who do we have? Let me attempt. You guys are very creative names, guys. Let me just zoom in right here so I could see who I'm talking to. We got Zordox, Zordox Z Gaming. What he says, what are you building? I think the logo looks good. And minus 25 was the move, I think. Yep. Yeah, Nathan, I think so. I think minus 25 is probably the right thing to do. Let me refresh. And does that look good? Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to reinsert the title, right? The title, see what it looks like. So we go. All right, here we go. So Guardian inbox, let's save that. Yeah. All right, bro. Yeah, give me a second. I'm gonna catch you up in a second. What I'm building here is a. One second. What I'm building here is basically a spam filter, AI-driven spam filter. It's Guardian inbox. It sits between the sender and your inbox. So basically, it's got a crowd sourcing component, meaning if you're using the app, right? If you're using my solution, anybody who's on the platform inherits any flag. If you flag something, but of course they're going to be fail safes. If you flag an email as spam, I mean, I inherit your flag. But if it's a one-time thing, the system will be smart. Therefore, if you flag an email as spam, but you're the only one who flagged it as spam, it's only flagged for you. But then if we'll set a threshold. If 15, 20 people, I don't know, I don't know what the threshold is going to be yet. Once we set up the threshold, if it exceeds that number of flags, then everybody inherits the flag. That means it's pretty much spam. Or there's different categories. There's spam, there's phishing, there's scam. There's all sorts of tags that we're going to implement. Therefore, we create sort of like an organic crowdsourcing way to flag things. Plus, we're gonna basically plug into a lot of the platforms that monitor such activity, whether it's spam, scam, or phishing, and a lot of different categories. I hope that answers your question, my brother. So you know what to do. Smash the like button if you're new here, and listen, subscribe to the channel because we are on road to 500 subscribers, because then we want to be able to bring you a lot more content, you know what I mean? So in the meantime, do what you do best. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, follow us on Twitter, and all that good stuff. All right, so that's pretty much where we at, guys. Let me try now and run this with the new changes. There you go. So Guardian inbox. Right. Can you all see that? Thank you for the like, brother. Thank you very much. There we go. Much appreciated. Zordox Z Gaming. Thank you, bro. Much appreciated. NYC, baby. But I'm not home right now. I'm on the move. I'm traveling. Where you from, bro? Oh, for real? Where? Where about? Let me guess. Park Slope. BK. Queens, maybe. Yeah, just guessing, man. Yeah, maybe Manhattan or something, right? So listen, guys, the Discord, the voice channel is wide open. So if you want to come and talk to me, uh, jump right in. In fact, let me do this right now. There you go. So you're from the city. Yeah, come on the Discord channel, bro. Come and chop it up. Tell me about what you're doing, what you're working on. Just hit the Discord channel, hit the voice channel. It's wide open right now. Discord dialed in. All right, all right, all right. Okay, cool. What do we have here? I think I need a little bit more bottom margin. Hey, we got Tejas. Yeah, all right. Let me see if my Spanish pronunciation's on point. It's Tejas Keshwani, Tejas. That's how you pronounce J's in Spanish. Cool. So you said, what you building, man? I'm a dev too. Let's connect. Hey, man. The Discord channel is wide open, so jump right in. Yeah, jump right in. Let's chop it up. Come on to the Discord channel. Talk to me. Yeah, Zordox Z, drop in. Cool, cool, cool. Alrighty. So I need a little bit more bottom margin. So let's do minus 30. Let's do minus 30 on the logo. All right, who do we have here? Who we got? So we got minus 30 pixels. It's clear. Run build. All right, cool. Refresh. Right. Let's do 10 pixels. do -10. Could get a little crazy sometimes when you're thinking in reverse. Because right now I got to reduce the space, the bottom margin on the logo, between the logo and the text. So I need to get rebuild, refresh. All right, cool. So let's try a -12 to the -15. -15. All right, boys, where you at? Yeah, that looks good. Let's try and increase the size of the logo. Yo, Nathan, are you still there? Yo, Nate Dog, where you at? Are you still in the chat? Or are you doing your homework? I just increased the size of the logo from 100 to 150. Zordox Gaming, show us your setup. Yeah. How I could go full screen right now, but there's gonna be a reveal of the whole setup. So that reveal is not gonna be today. However, you subscribe to the channel, yeah, there'll be an update where you'll see the setup. The setup is pretty dope. So I'm quite happy with it. It's functional. I can tell you what, a couple of things that I got that I'm really proud of. I got a A10 Mini Pro and a Stream Deck, which is pretty cool. I can't live without my Stream Deck. There it is right here. So for the rest, you'll get the tour in due time. So right now we're working with 3 main screens and actually 5 screens. 3, 4, 5, but you can't see the 5th screen right now. Now there's 4 screens. There's one right here. That's my laptop. That's the Mac Mini right here. 1, 2, 3 screens. And I need the real estate, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's pretty sweet though, right? Because I can't work with small screens anymore. Now I need multiple screens, and they ain't even enough. I wanted to get a couple more just to put up here, you know what I'm saying? Just up here. But so this is where the front-facing camera goes. So I'll be switching the front-facing camera for the big reveal coming up. Yeah. So Zordox, come on, man. Come on the channel. Talk to me, bro. Can you jump on the Discord right now? All right, excellent, guys. We got 5 likes, 24 views so far. I'm real happy. Much appreciated. Round of applause for all y'all who... All right. For all y'all who basically contributed. There you go. Round of applause, baby. Round of applause. Okay. Cool. No problem, bro. Yeah, you got to get on Discord, bro, because Discord is mad fun. And it's a great place to network, you know what I mean? So what do you do, Zordox? So I guess by your name, you're a gamer. Are you a professional gamer? What do you stream to Twitch or talk to me? Let's try minus 12 pixels. Run build. Oh, okay, got you. Oh, I thought you were, a badass gamer, professional gamer making, millions of dollars a year. You know what I mean? Because there's some gamers out there who are crazy, bro. Just making a lot of bank, doing really good things. Hey, man, I need all the support I can get. Thanks, bro. Much appreciated. There you go, bro. Don DeMarco, baby. Yeah, I know. I mean, I wish, I wish I were a gamer as well because, I gamed here and there, just for fun. But as far as making it a career, that's the ultimate, right? That's the ultimate. Like you can make bank like that just playing games. And I'm pretty sure a lot of these guys making that kind of bank, their parents were like nagging as hell. It was like, yo, get off the game, turn off the PlayStation, turn off the Xbox, you know what I mean? And then now these kids are probably making more money than their parents ever made in a lifetime. They make that in a year, you know, with the endorsements, the tournaments, the prizes and stuff like that. I mean, it's crazy when you think about it. It's just one of those things where um, if everybody, of course not everybody could be a pro gamer, but a lot of kids could have made it to the pro level if their parents encouraged them to actually play video games because of hand-eye coordination, and it's good for your analytical mind as well, strategy and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, hindsight is a morph, you know. So at the end of the day, it's like, hey, it is what it is. Some kids are gonna make it, some won't, and that's how it is. But I mean, I played some first person shooter games like Doom and Quake and stuff like that, and what was the other one? There was so many games, PC games, console, but it was just FIFA, that type of stuff. But it was just for fun. It was never that serious for me. But it is what it is. All right, so all right, cool. So I'm thinking we're cool. Probably I need a little bit more space between. You see where it says Guardian inbox and the uh, spam spam blocked. So I gotta kind of either reduce the space between the logo and the text so that way it's kind of equal. The spacing here and there, keep them the same because otherwise the UX feels kind of off. So I'm thinking of doing this right here. Reduce the space between the logo and the title, well, subtitle now because it's below the logo. Cool. And Zordox, what's your background? Very interesting background, very eclectic, Zordox. Before I answer you, let me acknowledge my bro who just entered the chat. Shakti, what's going on, brother? Hey, Indio, how's it going? It's going fantastic, brother. Here's a little something for you, and you know what to do. Don't forget to smash the like button after this. Here you go, right here for you, bro. Round of applause for Shakti and Don DeMarco. You know what I'm saying? And because my brother's here every day, you know what you're gonna get? You're gonna get this right here. Oh, and this. There you go. Welcome to the chat, bro. Welcome. Yeah. All right. Oh, you did. Cool. Hey, I appreciate it, bro. I mean, hey, you're always on point. Much love, bro. Much love. So, Zordox Z Gaming. Zordox Z Gaming asked me, "What's your background?" My background is very interesting. In terms of coding, I didn't study. I didn't go to school to learn any of that. This is all self-taught, curiosity, a lot of research and a lot of trial and error and all basically reading and tutorials and stuff, YouTube University. I'm a music major, so I studied music and cinema, film. Go figure. So that's my background. So I'm into film, I'm into music. I worked in the music industry for a while and I did advertising, a bunch of things, content creation, basically. I produced a couple of films, there was a couple of documentaries, a feature film, some short films, and a bunch of other stuff. Worked for TV, worked for Sony Records, a bunch of different things. And what else? And I actually ran my own IT firm for a little while, and then sold it and got out of that. And basically now we're vibe coding. I'm building my startup. Okay, so in a nutshell, that's what's up. Right on, right on. So I think I'm gonna reduce the space, the bottom margin between the logo and the subtitle. Yeah, it's because the thing is, I got so many different interests, and when you do something that you love, you know what I mean. It doesn't feel like you're actually working. It's just pure fun, and if you can make a living out of it, that's the ultimate, right? So for my IT firm, my IT consulting firm, after I run it for a while, then it becomes so routine, and just became another job. You know what I mean? So like, all right, cool, time to exit. So got rid of it, sold it, and then got into advertising. So I was doing a lot of stuff for doing a lot of advertising. I was doing a lot of shoots. Mostly my specialty was watercrafts. So watercrafts, that means surfboards, paddle boards, jet skis, sailboards, all kinds of stuff. It was really fun. So so that was pretty much what I got into. Then I had a gaming company where we're creating games, but which kind of lost some money on that, put that aside, and then now we're getting back into vibe coding again because now I don't have to put a massive team together to get projects up and running. Like this project you're seeing here, I spun out the whole thing in pretty much 42 minutes, exactly 42 minutes. And for the past 3 4 days, what I've been doing is basically, you know, uh, doing a lot of house cleaning and doing a lot of fine tuning, that type of stuff. And what gives me the most problem right now is basically the extensions. When it comes to coding extensions, it has to be lightweight. It has to do what it's supposed to do. So not a big problem, but I had to basically trash the extensions and start over about 3 times. And right now, I'm just focusing on the Chrome extension. Then I'm gonna go to Firefox. Then I'm gonna go to Safari, and we're on track because I want to release this one soon. So that's what's up. Okay, yeah, he says I agree with it. Yeah. What was it? Your firm name? Your firm was Legend PC Solutions. That was legendary. Yeah, I had a whole game studio, man. I had a whole gaming studio. My team of developers were based out of India, and they were out of Calcutta. So I would travel back and forth to Calcutta, and so I was basically the designer, the main. That was my project, my brainchild. But then things kind of got out of hand, and this is before AI, so it would have been a lot easier now to do a lot of the work with AI. But who knows? I might revive the project because I lost way too much money on that project, so I kind of uh, cut my losses. You know what I mean? Yeah. So let's reduce the space between, let's do minus 18. Clear the terminal and run build. Yeah, we're not gonna discuss figures, but it was a good figure. You know, it was up there. It was upper six figures. It wasn't crazy. It wasn't in the millions and nothing like that. It was nothing crazy because it was a small firm. So, but upper six figures. That's all I can say. All right, let's try minus 20. Minus 20 pixels. Yeah. Hey man, thank you for hanging out. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for liking the stream. And anytime, drop by anytime. All right, bro. Peace out. All right, guys. We got let's try minus 20, 22. Minus 22 pixels. And let's rebuild. I'll be here for another. What time is it now? We're on for 42 minutes. I'll be here for a while. So if you come back later, I'll probably be here for another 5, 6 hours. I go long. Okay, so I'll probably be here. So if check back in later. See if I'm still here. If I'm still here, to be you're welcome back. And try to get Discord, man. Try to get on the Discord vibe. Download Discord so you can hang out with us. There's a lot of good stuff coming up. Cool. Awesome. So what's up with Tejas? Where'd you go, bro? Tejas, what's happening? Tejas, you disappeared. Are you still in the stream? Come on through. All right, so rebuild. Let's refresh. So right now, this is absolutely not necessary, but the issue is your stream when it's super late. Yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, bro. Yeah, it's the time difference is kind of crazy. I know. Oh wow, dude, you were still up at 4 a.m. Well, hey man, I appreciate you for that. Because if you're still up at 4 a.m. and you came and hung out with me, that's pretty good. I appreciate that a lot, a lot. Thanks, bro. See you soon, brother. So let's run the build one more time and refresh. Okay, that looks pretty much well balanced. Later, bro. All right, cool. Yo, Nathan, are you still there? All righty. So I think it looks pretty good now, well balanced. So check out the browser extension, ladies and gents. So give us your thoughts in the chat. What do you think? Does it look balanced to you? The logo, the title. I wanted to just lose the title altogether, but I kind of like it. I don't know if I should put on top or down here. What do you guys think? Should the title stay here where it is or put it above the logo? I kind of like this actually. I'll just lose the title altogether. But again, for branding, I like the titles. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Just chime in the chat. Do you think it looks balanced enough with the logo, the title, right? This what do you call it? This toast right here, that's going to show the number of spams blocked. In fact, let me demo this for you guys. If I go blacklist and I go 123 at company.com, right? Add it to the list, and then I do report spam. Okay. All right. This is supposed to be populated, but it's not showing me the count, which is weird. Report. There we go. There you go. Okay. So as you can see, the count, I added it twice. So it's a spam blocked 2. So the count actually works. But it didn't refresh. I guess I got to work on the logic a little bit so it refreshes right away. But now, since we're in the development environment, it's really not that crucial to really stress on that. So the spam blocker count works. And here, as you can see, the blacklist, I just added an email address. Of course, it's a fictitious email address, 123 at company.com. And it's added to the blacklist. And then I flagged it as spam and twice. Of course, the logic will be such, if I flag this once, it won't up the count because I actually flagged it twice, but it shouldn't count it as 2 because it's only one email address. So got to work on the logic for that. All right. So Nate says, I like the logo. You could make the company name on a tab too. Yeah, that you click to open the quick interact menu instead. Yeah. Okay. That's not a bad idea. Yeah. Okay. So basically, yeah, you could make the company logo a tab too. Yeah. Okay. I see what you're saying. But you see, are you talking about these tabs right here? You see what I'm doing, Nate? No. You good. You good. I got what you mean. I think you meant basically. Oh yeah. Well, it's actually there, but because we're in development mode, it's too small. Yeah, yeah. Okay. No, I got you. I got you now. You see you see where my cursor is hovering right there? Yeah. So the logo is actually there because it's a favicon or fave icon. That's what's going to be there to actually show you um, where the thing is, the extension. Yeah. So yeah, so the logo is already there, but once you're in, if you see here as well, okay, I'm hovering right here. There's another logo there, but if you look at the other extensions that I got right here, you see how big the logos are, and mine is kind of small. That's one of the drawbacks when you're in development because they haven't been my extension haven't been released yet. It's not packaged for production, is in development. And one of the drawbacks in development, the logos are smaller. They don't give you the full size of the logo. But once I develop it and then I release it on the extension store, the logo here will be a bigger size. You'll be able to distinguish between, oh, okay, that's Guardian Inbox. Yeah, so that's what's up. We got, yeah, I think that's pretty cool right now. Yeah. So I think this is pretty cool. This is it. I can mark the Chrome. Nice. Thanks, Nate. Nate Dog. I can mark this as done. Okay. So that's just the Chrome extension. Now we got to focus on the Firefox extension. Yeah. Firefox extension is going to be a breeze because Firefox is super easy. Essentially what I'm doing is use the same code base that I use for Chrome to translate it to Firefox because Chrome functions on the Chromium architecture, right? And Firefox on the Gecko architecture. So this is what the conversion there will be. But Firefox is super easy. Once it works on Chrome, Firefox should be super simple, super easy. Then I'm just going to have to do a couple of tweaks here and there. Some things might not work as expected, but again, 90% of the work has been done in Chrome. So I'm not really too worried about it. So I'm going to take a couple of minutes to set up the environment and make sure we can update the MVP file. Then we proceed with Firefox. Yes, sir. Hey, man, I appreciate that. That's the goal, right? And we just got to share the knowledge. You know what I mean? It's one of those things. If you're serious and you're interested, you're gonna find a way to soak it all up to learn. And and I'm learning every day. I'm learning something new every day. So we're on the same path. We're on the same journey. You know what I mean? Yep. Yeah. Exactly. I mean, check it out, right? So something as simple as the UX, right? To kind of have the same spacing between the logo and the text here, and between the text and the button here, and that. That's why UI UX is very important to kind of keep things symmetrical and to avoid a lot of dead space and stuff like that. And it goes a long way because if you're going to be using the if you're going to be using the extension on a regular basis, it has to be pleasant, it has to be nice, it has to be intuitive. So when you just click here, boom, do this, do that, easy access, and you don't have to dig through the back end, or you don't have to dig through the dashboard to do stuff. You could just do it right here. And the just picture the extension as sort of like a remote control, where you don't have to walk over to your TV to to mash buttons to change channels. So that's how I can explain it. So the extension will be sort of like your remote access to the more, I guess, bigger picture. And if you want to dive in deeper, then you could go to the back end, to the dashboard, and do more stuff. That's pretty much it. Let's let's get Firefox. You know what? Before I do anything, before I proceed, here's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to create a local backup. And one thing, guys, usually what I do during the development cycle, I set up a local backup, which is really simple. I just clone the work folder, okay, and if anything happens, I know I can go back to it. The reason I do that because I also have GitHub, which I haven't actually I haven't actually pushed this build to GitHub yet, which I'm going to do actually in a few. I believe I do have a call in about 15 minutes. So I'm going to take a little pause while I take the call. But in the meantime, I'm just going to explain something to you guys. Usually I do a local backup, which is what I'm doing now. But I also push things to GitHub, which I haven't done with this project. I'm going to do it after. I'm going to do it after this build. Okay. But in the meantime, I've just been doing local backups, which is cool because if anything happens, I don't have access to the internet or whatnot, I can always work off my local backup if I can't pull from GitHub. So I use my local backup. All right. So right now I've made a backup. So if anything happens, I could always revert back to this particular point right now. So now what I'm going to do, I'm basically going to try and do the necessary for Firefox. Let's do Firefox. So that was just a question of converting the code base from Chrome to Firefox. And here we go. In fact, let me show you guys what's happening. So that's right. So for Chrome, Manifest version 3 is what works best. For Firefox, version 2 because I had an issue with it earlier, and I actually tried both. Version 3 actually kind of worked for Firefox, but there were some issues. And in fact, I think Shakti mentioned that version 2 was the way to go. And right now with Firefox, we're going to try and go from the get-go. We're going to try with version 2 and see how it behaves this time, because I had issues with it on the last implementation. All right, so we got the pop-up script. Firefox compatible, of course. So what's going to happen here is once the build is done, okay, manifest, that's version 3, that's for Chrome. Manifest JSON version 3, manifest Firefox will appear here. All right. So right now, creating a Firefox specific Webpack configuration. And we're going to update the package.json to include the Firefox specific build script. Config Webpack Firefox.js node production, okay, development, of course. Echo error, okay, that looks good. Polyfill 0.10.7. Copy Webpack plugin, okay, version 11. Web extension polyfill, right? Cool. All right, so we're making progress, guys. And what do we have here? Cool, okay. Run, npm run build, Firefox. Okay, cool. Background, okay. Excellent. Great. Okay, let's make the build script executable. Let's run the command. After we've accepted the changes. All right. Yeah, it's happening, guys. Here we go. Project is being populated. They got a bunch of files. Okay, new files created. Background, Firefox, great. Content, Firefox.ts. Main card. Where's the pop-up? Okay. We are good. Now we're going to run the script. Okay. Of course, we need to install the dependencies. Yep, npm install, because we got a lot of errors. And that's definitely because of the dependencies. They haven't been installed yet. So once the dependencies are installed, then we're going to run the build and try to run it. So let me launch my Firefox browser. It's actually Firefox compatible browser because I'm actually running Zen browser, which is a Firefox based, a Gecko based browser. Yeah, we've encountered a couple of errors. Still, I see this TypeScript compilation error. The main issues are variable declaration, conflicts between Chrome and Firefox versions, missing type definitions for the browser API, TypeScript strict mode issue. Let me fix these issues. Let me update the Webpack configuration to exclude Chrome files when building Firefox version. Okay, yep. Now let me update the web. Okay, good. Create a Firefox specific TypeScript configuration. That's a good idea. Now let me fix the Firefox background script to properly handle the browser API and types. And what do we have here? Extensions tsconfig firefox.json file. Okay, extension webpack config firefox.js. Extensions background. Okay, good. Apply. Let's go. All right, now we're going to try to install. We're going to try npm install one more time. We still have a lot of errors here. All right, we're good. Let's continue. Right. Okay. Browser API. Right. So right now we're just trying to address the TypeScript errors. There's quite a few. There's 58 errors. But once the dependencies have been resolved, those are all going to disappear. We might end up with one or two, but most likely just get the dependencies, and of course now with just to convert the code from Chrome to make it compatible with Firefox, you got to do a little bit of heavy lifting. So in the meantime, guys, I gotta pick up a call. So sit back, relax as this runs, and I shall return. I'll be back shortly. If you have any questions, guys, just drop it in the chat. And you know what to do. You know, if you haven't liked the stream, just smash the like button. All right. Subscribe to the channel. We're on X. And it's all the same handle, IdenDio.com. All the information is in the description. So do your boy a favor, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and do all that good stuff. Discord, X, Twitter, and what else? TikTok. What else? That's it. That's pretty much it for now. So sit tight. Let me pick up this call right now, and I'll be right back. Peace out. What up, Yash? Welcome to the stream. What up, Yash? What's going on? You know what to do. Smash the like button. What are you up to? All right, cool. We're back. Okay, we're having quite a bit of TypeScript errors here. Let's address those. What you're seeing right here is the the Chrome extension, which is working fine. All right, we got the filters tab. Okay, accounts, settings. All that is functional. Just finished inserting the logo and stuff. So that's actually running on Chrome. Now we're going to focus our attention on the Firefox extension. And the last one we're going to address is the Safari extension. As you know, Safari is always a little bit more problematic because then I gotta fire up Xcode and jump through all sorts of hoops because Apple, Apple is special. They do things differently. Alrighty. So we're in the thick of things right now, trying to fix these TypeScript errors. We're going to be systematic in addressing these errors. You know, if you've been there, you know what it's all about. It's not for the faint at heart. You gotta spend a lot of time putting out fires. You know, you fix one thing and something else breaks. So, you gotta keep kind of chasing your tail a little bit, you know what I mean? So, let's go and get it done. So once the Firefox issues have been resolved, then I'll give you guys a little tour of what's happening behind the scenes, what's going on with the extension, the browser extension. All right, so we're cooking, as you can see. A lot of TypeScript errors, predominantly looking at 3 different files, actually 4 different files. The background Firefox, the pop-up Firefox, and what else? The content Firefox, yes, TypeScript files. Once we resolve these issues, we'll be able to rebuild the extension. Rebuild the extension and try to launch it. Fingers crossed. Alright, boys and girls, we need the like count, fellas. We're at 184 views and 9 likes. Let's put us over the top, guys. Or if you're in the chat, if you're on the live stream, do your guy a favor. Smash the like button. There we go. Done DeMarco for whoever smashes the like button. In a Law and Order. Dun dun dun. Hey, what about this right here? Meanwhile, all right, let's turn the music down. It's too loud. Dang it. Music down. Yeah, let's get to 10 likes, fellas. Dun dun dun. Let's get us to 10 likes. We got 187 views. Let's get the like count up. Let's go. And we need some more subscribers, guys. So if you're new here, you don't know what to do. You don't know what to do. Just hit us up on Twitter/X. Hit us up on TikTok. No channel, I haven't really posted anything, but I'll be posting stuff. And of course, the Discord. We are 90 strong, 90 plus strong. So hit us up on Discord. In fact, Discord is up right now. If you want to come and talk to me, just jump on the Discord server. The voice channel is wide open. So come on and talk to ya guy. Voice channel. We're here. So come on down. Come and talk to me. Come and say hi. If you have any questions, you can either talk to me on the Discord voice channel or drop the question in the chat. I'll be glad to answer your questions. So we're building in public, guys. So if you have any inclination as to what you want to do, whether you want to build something or you have an idea, just start building. Now's the time, guys. Now's the time. The more you build, the better you're going to get at it. The more you're going to get familiar with these AI tools, and the better the chances are you actually building something fantastic. You never know. You might be able to build the next unicorn, the next freaking Amazon, or the next X, or the next freaking social media platform. Or it could be the next big whatever. As long as you aim to solve real world problems with real solutions, you're in the game. So come on down. Come and talk to your guy. Yeah, there's something funny happening with the network. There might be some people lurking in the shadows, trying to do some nefarious stuff. We shall not back down. We're gonna keep pushing, guys. Yes, sir. Let's go. All right, we got 198 views, guys. 9 likes. If you haven't smashed the like button yet, go ahead. Don't be shy. It's not going to hit you back. It's not going to smash you back. Hit the like button. Let's get us to 10 likes. All right. So right now, we're putting out fires, guys. A bunch of TypeScript errors. We're going to address them one by one. So we got 34 TypeScript errors. All right, let's start a new task. Once this is starting to get out of control, the best thing to do is to start a new task. I mean, we lose the context, but in this case, the context doesn't really matter because we're just fixing errors, TypeScript errors. So here we go. Here we go. All right, that's done. It might be. I hope we're not caught in an error loop because that's kind of like what happened last time when I had to trash the whole extension scaffolding because it proved to be pretty problematic. Like I said, the whole project was spun in 42 minutes exactly. So 90% of the work was done, but then we got into an issue with this circular error that was unsolvable. And the only solution was to basically trash the whole thing and start from scratch. That's what I had to do. So now we're back. We are back. And seems to me that we are again going around in a circle. Okay. So that's the nature of the beast, guys. If you want to vibe code, well, and that's one of the reasons why I was asked a couple of times, why do I live stream for so long? And that's one of the reasons, I didn't want to do, just a typical, sorry, why you can build this in 10 minutes. That's disingenuous. So I wanted to show the real grind where you get caught in a loop. Sometimes you got to start from scratch. Sometimes you got to roll back to a certain point. And I want to show you guys the real vibe coding, where it's tedious. You still have a lot of work to do. The AI coding assistant is not going to do it all for you. Sometimes you got to get your hands dirty, right? So you got to be patient, and you got to know a little bit. You got to know what you're doing to be able to, at some point, pull the plug or take the reins and say, no, this is not what's going to fix the problem. Try this or try that. And that sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't work. So you got to kind of roll the dice a little bit and see what works. So in the meantime, let me. Okay, we're not going to resume task. Let's start a new task. And let's go with background. Let's try a different strategy. Okay, guys. We're still rolling. We are still cooking with grease. Yeah, I'm afraid we're caught up in a cycle. So before we waste a whole lot of time, what I'm going to do is probably revert back to an earlier state and be a little bit more systematic as to how we approach the Firefox implementation. See, for these type of problems, this is where Augment Code shines. Because Augment Code had way better context than any of these tools. Right now I'm using Klein, and it's struggling to actually catch these TypeScript errors and fix them. I'm not even gonna attempt with the root code. Mind you, I should try root code. But let's just wait till this is done. And I'm gonna try with root code. Because now we end up with, we started with 30 something TypeScript errors. Now we're up to 120 something. So clearly it's not really fixing the problem. It's kind of guessing and trying different things aimlessly, but not really being surgical, finding the root of the issue and fix it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stop it. Okay. Let it get to a point where I have less of these TypeScript errors. In fact, I'm going to stop it right here and restore to about here. Okay, we got a newcomer in the chat. Who do we have here? Okay, I like that. Okay, I see what you did there. Breaking good. All right. Are you Jesse or Mr. White? Which one are you? There you go. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the stream, bro. And you know what to do. Smash the like button.
Oh shit!
Oh, shit. Yeah, quick recap. This right here, this build is a Mr. White. Badass. Yo. All right, cool. So this build right here is a spam filter, AI powered spam filter with a crowdsourcing feature, where if you want a network, right, it's basically this project is called Guardian Inbox. So Guardian Inbox sits between a sender and your inbox, your email inbox. So when an email comes through, if you flag it as spam, right, and it is on the spam global spam list, what happens is I inherit your flag, your spam flag. If you flag anything as spam, everybody on the network gets that, so you don't have to go and block it yourself or flag it as spam. So that's the crowdsourcing feature. There's also human in the loop, because we don't want to flag somebody. Let's say you're having beef with a friend of yours and you block him. If it's just you that block this email address, our AI or LLM will put it in the bucket to watch. So then it will monitor it. So what happens is, if we set a threshold, let's say 25 flags. If you get flagged 25 times, that means you're problematic. So you're probably going to get blocked system wide. So anybody who uses Guardian Inbox, if one user flags, every user inherits the flag. So what you're seeing here on the screen is basically, let me switch screens right here. The